Speak now or forever hold your peace. Good morning, everybody. It's Tom Chenault. I do hope you're having a fantastic morning. Had a big meeting at Buzz Coffee last night. I hope you're doing that in your town. Here's how you do that. You do one-on-one meetings. You do one-on-one interviews with people. Then you follow up and you do a three-way call or a two-on-one meeting with your prospect. Yesterday, I accidentally did 3 of them. I'm only committed to 1 of those a day. Every day I do 2 interviews. Every day I do at least 1 two-on-one. Yesterday I was so on fire I couldn't stop. People kept trying to jump in the boat. It will happen to you if you fill up that pipeline. I haven't even called the people I'm supposed to call. I'm supposed to be on the phone today with Dave Dix. I was supposed to call him yesterday. I was supposed to call Henry Timberlake. I can't even get to them because so many people are trying to get in the business because I've got that pipeline filled up. How about you guys? How's that working for you? Are you doing the same thing? And is it working out the same way? Because if you do it the same way, I promise it's going to work out like this. And then all of a sudden you bring these people in your business and you have a weekly meeting. You do that by Skype, you do it at your house, or you do it or you go to their city. I know Lisa Barney drove all up the way up to Denver a couple of days ago to train somebody. However you do it, you do it. But I want you to be efficient with your time. That's the name of the game. You are running a business here, and driving hither and thither and yon just because somebody told you you have to is crazy. I want you to maximize your time, maximize your business, and make money. If you've got another business, that's what you think about every day. How do I get more efficient? It's the same thing in longevity. How do you get more efficient? And the easiest way to do that is probably not to do it yourself, is to have a coach. Who's your coach? Who's your accountability partner? I asked Steve Wallach, will tell you this, I asked a triple diamond in longevity that's not in my upline or my downline to be my accountability partner yesterday. He about swallowed his cigar because he wasn't sure what that meant. And I think he thought I was going to try to get him to bite off more than he wanted to chew, but that's okay with me. I wanted somebody that could keep me on track, that I could keep on track. A coach, according to John Wooden, is someone who can give you correction without causing resentment. I need to learn that better. I need to get better at that. A coach is someone who can give correction without causing resentment. Who exactly seeks out a coach is winners who want more out of life. Okay, who seeks out a coach? Winners who want even more out of life. So why aren't you seeking out a coach? Don't you want more out of life? I'm going to tell you, there's people on this call that it shifted immediately when they finally let their ego get out of the way and they started getting coached. And it's amazing. And I'm seeing what's happening to them, and I'm saying, man alive, I need a coach. I need an accountability partner. Part therapist, part consultant, part motivational expert, part professional organizer, part friend, part nag. The personal coach thinks to do for your life what a personal trainer could do for your body. Think about that. Wow, wouldn't you love that? It would be the greatest of all things. Do you have that nagging feeling that your life could be more fulfilling? Want to change directions but aren't sure how to do it? Here's how to jumpstart your life today. Hire a business coach. Find them, and in this business, you just hired one. The minute, guess where that quote came from? Modern maturity. That's kind of cute. Even old people are doing this. The Manchester survey of 140 companies shows 9 in 10 executives believe coaching to be worth their time in dollars. Not the employees, the executives, the senior executives. The average return was more than $5 for each $1 spent. So you spend $1,000 on a coach over the amount of time that you getting coached, you'd make $5,000. And that's just the average return. It would be far bigger in this business because if I coached you, I'll guarantee you, you'd be reading the Chris books. If I coached you, I guarantee you, you'd be reading Mr. Schmooze. You would be reading The Power of Who. I'm going to put The Power of Who guy on my radio show this Saturday. I'm also going to try to get Rick Abraham, and then we're going to come back with Robert Crisp again. We're going to start getting these guys in the game at a level that you can't believe because we want to play it big. I want to play it bigger than ever before. This is not my grandfather's Oldsmobile. I want to make this longevity the hottest, newest, hippest company on the planet, and we've got to do that together. I always believe that people, unless coached, can never reach their maximum capabilities. That's from a Fortune 500 CEO. Tiger Woods has one. Pete Sampras has one. So why not network marketers? Why don't, if Pete Sampras has got one, who's an old tennis player you never heard of, Tiger Woods, you've heard of him. These guys have coaches. Why don't you have a coach? A coach might be the guardian angel you need to rev up your career. A coach is part advisor, part sounding board, part cheerleader, part manager, and part strategist. Why in the world wouldn't you want somebody like that to partner with? And in network marketing, you've got that. If you all got together and said, I want you to be my coach to your upline diamond that's doing this thing, and you set a coaching call once a week, or once, that's probably it, 15, 20 minutes, a half an hour, and you did that like clockwork with a Denise Chenault, who's coached a lot of people, or somebody like that, you'd have breakthroughs you never believed. But she and I and anybody else coaching would make you do the work. You wouldn't get to come in here and say, okay, here I am, boom, out of the sky, I'm a network marketer. That's not what's going to happen to you, folks. You're not going to be that. It's going to be like Tiger Woods. We see him on the golf course on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but we don't see him on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday out there hitting balls. That doesn't happen to us, does it? Because that's what we think. We think it's just automatic. You've got to practice. You've got to read the Chris books. You've got to learn this coffee shop interview. You've got to interview your upline. You've got to interview your friends that won't come into longevity. You've got to get this down pat before you go out there in the world and try it. That's exactly like going, it's like your grandkids or your kids. They go to you get them on the basketball team at the school, and all of a sudden you say, hey, I want you to put my son in. And they go, he hasn't been to practice yet. You're not going to put him in the game. He's got to practice. He's got to learn the fundamentals. But in network marketing, somehow we think we've got to be in the game before we ever learn the fundamentals. It's insanity. And where do you learn the fundamentals? You go to the emails. You go to TomChenault.com. You read those 4 books, and you learn this thing. I swear to you, if you will do it, Linda Meeks, you're going to get this down pat. And I watched you, Linda, yesterday when we sat down. One tiny little coaching call, I saw breakthroughs happen for you. I saw the light turn on. Why? Because you went back to the fundamentals. You said, man, when you walked in and you sat in my office here, my beautiful office here at Buzz Coffee, which is nothing more than a closet, and we're sitting here having a latte, and she's talking about, she said, how do I do this? And I said, we got to go back to the beginning. You got to learn how to dribble the basketball with one hand, not two. And you got to shoot with the ball above your head. You don't shoot underhand. And you go talk to people. She said, what do I say? I said, let's practice right now. She said, what are we going to do? I said, I'm bringing my barista that's here working right now back to the office, and I want you to interview her. She about swallowed her cigar. But I'll tell you, at the end of that conversation, she was handling that thing like a pro. And she found out exactly what made that little girl tick. And nothing happened. That little girl didn't even know she was being interviewed. She thought Linda was simply interesting instead of trying to be interested. She thought Linda was being interested in her, which she certainly was. Asking her about her life, asking about what she wanted out of her life. Linda found out in 2 seconds whether that girl was a prospect for longevity or not. That's what you do with everybody you meet. It is not rocket science. It is heart science. It is something that each and every one of you can do starting today. I don't care where you are. You can be in Salt Lake City, Utah. You can be in Arkansas. You can be in Iowa. You can be in New York City. I don't care where it is. I'm going to guarantee you one thing right now. You're going to be dealing with human beings that have never had anybody interested in them. And once you start being that and meaning that and trying to make a contribution to their life, no matter what the outcome, I'll guarantee you you're going to win the day. And that's all I want you to do is win the day. Treat people as though they were what they ought to be, and you will help them to become what they are capable of being. Inside of every successful network marketer is an even more ambitious one trying to get out. They just need a little help. Give them a little help today. Let them be it all. Let them be what they can be and more, and it's going to make you more. It's going to make you bigger than you ever thought. And I'll guarantee you, you'll feel better about yourself than you have in a very, very long time. Reach out, pay it forward, and love everybody. I love you. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. We're coming back. Hello, everybody. How we all doing? What's going